What's going on, fellow humans and resellers? I was just doing some cassettes on List Easier and just thought I would record. I've been doing it, cassettes and CDs all day, but what I like about the cassettes, the CDs, they formatted the title to structure it. With cassettes, they hadn't got to that yet. I personally like the unstructured version better because it brings up the record label, the date, and then some other little various things that ain't gonna hurt. So I kind of like that, but so I like it not structured because sometimes it'll bring up the hits off the album and put it up there. And if you sell media long enough, you know that some people are just looking for like that hit song. That hit song off of an album or something. So with it in the title, you know what? Then there you go. Something I never did because it always took time, right? So definitely not against it. So like I said, I've done like this. It just says with case and track list, which doesn't matter. I guess they just use a filler basically for it, but I'll leave it. Ain't no big deal. Maybe it'll make it stand out to somebody. Well, I already got that one listed anyway. But make it stand out so where somebody might buy mine over somebody else's. Like this with track listing and barcode. So that's kind of pointless there, but to say with barcode, usually you can say without barcode on sometimes will help it sell. So I have no problem with leaving the word barcode in there just in case. If somebody's looking for a no barcode, and mine just happens to come up because they put barcode in the title. So what I'm trying to do when I'm using AI now for this stuff is letting it think for me instead of trying to do my own way. If I just change my thinking up a little bit and just let it do its thing, that it may help the items sell better. Like this one, I'll put the label on there and put 10 songs. That's not a black tape, but it's clear tape. So I'll just change that to clear. It looks black from a distance because it's got the black backgroundish. It's not technically a black cassette. This time. For singles, it'll bring single up in the title for me. Again, the record label, the year, and sometimes even the category of music that it is, pop, folk in this case. Again, stuff that I would never put in just because it takes time to type it, but I'm not against it being there. This camera is going to do its own thing today. And then, of course, trying to find comps on eBay. Pain in the booty hole. I'll leave that there. Next up, soundtrack. Mute tape. Guess this label, yeah. Mute records. So I got that sealed, but not unsealed. So I might have this one in stock. Oops, that there. Yeah, got that one in stock already. Yep. And sometimes I like too, it'll put the stock number. It'll pull the stock number off the tape and put it in the title. Again, not something I'm against, because collectors will look for the various stock numbers if they want to collect something. So I think overall it's just going to help the item sell better. Again, it pulls the record label, which is Motown, into the title, plus the year. All right, I already got that one listed. Street to Fire. This one is pulling the record label and the stock number. I think this is a $5.99 one. Let me shrink that down. Oh, maybe not. I'll do $9.99 on that. I already got that one listed. And Death by Temptation. See if that I always forget to delete that with my new shortcut clicks. All right, so $10.95 there, $9.99 new. So I'll go $7.99. Boom. List. Simple as that. Like I said, I have done clothes on here. I've done them in the cassette category, just to pull up the title, because the clothing category is not complete yet on here. But give you a kind of a showing of what it pulled up. This PGA Tour jacket, which I should go in there and put a space in there. I've missed that. But when these are the almost the exact titles that it pulled up. If I recognize something I changed, I'll tell you. For this PGA Tour blue windbreaker jacket, half zip, with zipper pockets, size small. So it pulled all that up from the pictures I uploaded. This redhead camel full zip hooded fleece jacket, size large for hunting and outdoor. This World Series jacket, Majestic 2013 MLB World Series cool base pullover jacket, size 2XL, gray and blue in color. Alex Evening women's size 14 blue crushed satin evening jacket. So I would never put crushed satin or evening jacket in my title, because when it comes to women's clothing, those are foreign words to me. So again, AI is going to help pull in things that you might normally not put in something, whether because you don't know that category very well or what have you, which could in turn help the item sell better. This Nike Golf dry fit Monsanto gray black quarter zip pullover jacket, women's size medium. Bernard Zinn's beige corduroy blazer jacket, made in Italy, size 2. It did put the women all the way at the end, but I think this is like a women's brand, so that probably doesn't matter. So I kind of like the fact that it's at the end. You know, people have the theory of, you know, the first 5 words or whatever matter. So I'm kind of letting AI dictate what those words are, because maybe the AI is smarter than I, right? Maybe it knows what are the most important words and maybe grouping them in such a way. So pink Victoria's Secret St. Louis Cardinals. See, if I would have put that up, I would have put St. Louis Cardinals first. But chances are pink Victoria's Secret is probably searched more than St. Louis Cardinals, right? Even though St. Louis Cardinals is a more direct hit for customers. So in that case, I'll let AI make that decision. If they put it first, then we're going to go with it first. Navy full zip women's jacket medium. This one's one I had to change, didn't I? Or did maybe? Oh, I had Mizzou Tiger at the end on this one. That's what it was. It just said Columbia black fleece jacket with yellow zipper size small, Missouri Tiger. So I put Missouri Tiger at the first of that. So I did change that one. American Eagle Outfitter black hoodie jacket with fox fur lined, youth large. Adidas Navy Slew basketball full zip jacket with white stripes, size large. And did it do these shirts too? Or did I do those on Chat GPT? I may have done those on Chat GPT. So yeah, so it does, like I said, it does do clothes. That category is just not structured yet in List Easier, but it pulls over all the information, and I just copied and pasted it into a draft on eBay, since the category is not fully ready yet on List Easier. But so that just shows you that it does do clothing, and I think does it pretty well in my opinion. When it comes to okay, all those were a success. Comes to the way it kind of just lays out everything. Let's see, some that I've been ending and selling similar today also. Since it's the end of the month, my web interpret restructures at the beginning of the month. So I do try to do my end and sell similar now. So then when my international website stuff restructures, it's all nice and fresh stuff, if you will. But like, yeah, like this is why I like the non-structured title, because say on this Jim Morrison cassette, you know, it put Jim Morrison, the artist, the album title, and then Music by the Doors cassette tape. So it'll put the like secondary band or whatever in there, even though that one's both printed on there. I didn't know it was, but it has done that before. Let me see if I can find one of those, but let me see here. Looking for something a little bit different. Like one thing that I periodically did on various artists is sometimes we put the artist in the title, but not always, just because if I was in a hurry, I just wouldn't. Well, AI is going to do that for me on most of the stuff. So Queen and Lynyrd Skynyrd are on this album, so it puts hits by Queen, Lynyrd Skynyrd, and more. So that AI is just kind of smart, if you ask me. Let's see. So we got album, record label, date. Like this Sade song, her biggest hit is like Smooth Operator, right? So if somebody's looking for Smooth Operator but don't know what album it's on, if they type in Sade Smooth Operator, guess what? This is something I wouldn't have done in the title prior to this. So if somebody's just looking for that song and types it in, they're going to find that. So let me see how many are out there that are like this. See how many come up if I just type in Sade smooth operator that aren't like a single or something. 222. Let me narrow that down to cassette then, since that's what I have. So 5. And that's an international. That's actually, I think, a bootleg. So a vinyl and this. So when it comes to the actual US version of the cassette, I'm it. If the person just types in Sade, they want the cassette of Smooth Operator, type in Sade Smooth Operator, guess what? They're probably going to pick mine, because the only other two options, an international one with $20 shipping and this bootleg version for $80. So unless they go, ooh, it's on this album, and then go search for that album, that's the only way I'm going to have a competition. If they just type it in like this and they're an instinct buyer and impulse buyer and just go, 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 then they're going to buy mine. So I kind of like that little extra there. That's going to help things sell. So, Casey and the Sunshine Band, they put the title "Get Down Tonight." That's on that album. Same with Whitney Houston, "I Want to Dance with Somebody." So yeah, that's what. So just wanted to make a little video to show you that, and keep you guys still intrigued and awaiting the list easier. So the link is below the video. You can put in your email address, and then go to your inbox, verify yourself, and then you'll be on the list to know when it does drop. So like I said, they work on it all day, every day. So they're plugging away and continually making it better and better. And of course, for the price, it's going to be definitely worth the wait. So, all right, I am back to work. That's my little sales pitch for the weekend. All right, back to batches. So, all right. Anything else I want to show? Not really, I guess. So, I'm still loving the whole layout. How smooth it is, how convenient everything is. Like, I haven't thought of any changes structure-wise that would benefit, or make a great improvement or anything. So everything's flowing along nicely. So maybe I'll do some more videos throughout the weekend, since the weekends I just do whatever I want anyway. So maybe if I come across something different I'm doing, I'll just go ahead and make a short video of that too, just to show you guys what's going on. So just keeping you guys in the loop as me and you all are waiting for the final product. Well, it's probably never going to be final, because there's always going to be bugs to work out. That's just the way anything that works with eBay works. So never expect perfection from any of these. Never expect perfection from any company that has to use the back door of eBay. I'll just say that, because no company's going to be perfect all the time. It's just not going to happen. So all you can do is find the ones that work the best, that's the best value, and the ones that run the smoothest, and the ones that run the cleanest and gives you the results you're looking for. So, all right, that's my sales pitch. All right, thanks everybody. I'll see you all in the next video. Later.